Welcome back everyone, this is GTA Failer. In our last video we tackled the de-ice mission Toyminator. We continue with de-ice in this video with the mission Rig to Blow. First I'm going to show you the stats and I'm going to fast forward until we get to the part that says longest flight in Dodo. And I want to point out that the next entry after that one is cars crushed. Longest flight in Dodo, and then immediately after that is cars crushed. And I show that to you because at the completion of this mission there's going to be a new stat in between those two entries. Okay, in terms of the subtitles here, I've got more problems with Rockstar. So let's see here. He says clocks, like CLOCS, and what he means is clock is, so it should be CLOCK apostrophe S. The clock's ticking, the clock is ticking needs an apostrophe, and then pothole there is separated as two words, but it is a single compound word. Rockstar continues to disappoint. All right, so the premise, as we saw right there, is that De-Ice's car has been rigged with a bomb. I don't know why he cares. I think he's in jail for at least the next 3 months until his parole hearing. But anyway, he has street credibility to worry about, and so a 6-minute timer began as soon as that cutscene ended, and so the clock was ticking even while we drove up here to this rigged-in furnace. And you'll notice there's a detonation bar, and if you run into too much stuff, that detonation bar fills up and you explode. So, first question, are the gangs hostile towards Claude during this mission? And the answer is no. So first I'm going to show you a Colombian cartel member here has no interest in me. The wiki says that the gangs are not hostile unless they're attacked. And in this case, you can see, yep, he's not shooting at my vehicle right away. I am going to get out and he's going to give the cold stare to my vehicle. I don't know what that's about, but he continues on, and then I want to see if he gets hostile, but no, he runs away. I love how docile the Colombian cartel are with this mission being active. That's awesome. Okay, big cut, uneventful drive over to Chinatown, where the triads would typically be mad at me, but this guy does not care. Even if I punch him, he still doesn't care. He runs away. This is awesome. Okay, another cut, and then we'll jump over to a member of the mafia who could probably blow up my car with one shot from the shotgun. So I was confident that nobody was going to attack me, even if I punch. But in this case, my confidence was unearned, and then I made a mistake. I should have just killed this guy, and instead I went towards my car, which he promptly shot and blew up. So there we go. So in this case, I wanted to know if the garage door would close without me in the car. And I'll point out here, take a look at the timer. It's going to say 3:05, so the garage door doesn't close until I get in. When I get in and the garage door closes, it's going to say 3:05 on that timer. That's the last number I can see. And so that means that because it was a 6-minute timer, it took us 2 minutes 55 seconds to get from the starting mission marker into that garage and getting that garage door closed. 2 minutes 55 seconds is 175 seconds. So we're just going to keep that number in the back of our mind, 175. As I was speedrunning this game, I had no idea that the gangs were not hostile. And so every time I went into St. Mark's, I was so afraid that they were going to shoot me and blow me up. And it never happened. And I just assumed that I was on like a hot, lucky streak. But no, it's just programmed in. Okay, get out of the vehicle, can do, mission pass, there's our 20 grand. I think I'm gonna check to see if the doors are locked, which they automatically are when you get out of the vehicle. If you really want this particular vehicle for any reason, it's not special in any way, then you can run away from the car when you get out, and then the door will stay open, and then you can drive it. Okay, blowing up the car after you pass the mission makes no difference at all. And note that the car has to be in perfect condition to drop it off. So here I'm showing the stats again, taking a look between longest flight in Dodo and cars crushed. Now there's a new stat, I'm pointing to it here. Best time for bomb defusal, 175 seconds. Yeah, that's the 3:05 that we saw remaining, meant that it took me 2 minutes 55 seconds. Okay, so here, I haven't gotten in the car yet, but I'm bashing it a whole heck of a lot. And when I get in, we're going to notice that the damage meter is almost filled up entirely. I don't know why I was trying to push it here. But we get in and all that damage counted, even though I wasn't in the vehicle yet. So this vehicle is just about done. Note that the paint sprays are not marked during the mission. I think that that's just an oversight. I think all three of them should have been marked, or at least the one that's on the island that you were on. So here we're showing that the car blows up if you let time run out. Here I tried to get into the garage with a random other car. It didn't open up for me or the other car. So here I'm very gently getting into the vehicle, getting into the garage because my car is almost blown up and this garage doesn't repair it. You got to get to a pay and spray. So got to be very careful when you're doing this mission. All right, here I shot once at the car and you can see it took significant damage actually, maybe like 15–20%. There's 2 shots. So whether you're in the car or not in the car, these shots count. 3, 4, 5 shots, blows up. Vehicle is wrecked. Okay, then I wanted to know what happened if I take 5 shots or more than 5 shots before I get in. So that's way more than 5 shots. So it's like 25 shots that we just took. So the car should have blown up. Well, it will once we get in. Yeah, it's interesting. So like the damage meter is far more sensitive than just the regular catch on fire kind of meter. And then here, I think we will catch it on fire. It takes what, like 40 shots to do that. But yeah, but it won't blow up due to that damage meter until you get in the vehicle. Okay, you can do the entire mission with wanted stars. Doesn't make any difference here. I've got some here. I'm trying to bash the car after it's been put into the garage. But having wanted stars doesn't make any difference. I also noticed that even when I had wanted stars, I got very little police attention on this mission. I think that that was programmed in for uh, the by the programmers to be kind to the gamer because here you'll see just one small accident and it could be mission fail. You can go from no damage to full damage with one accident, like right here. And so you can imagine if you're getting chased by the police, they bump you, that takes half your damage meter. You go out of control into a light pole, that takes the other half of your damage meter. So here I got a Feds Rumpo XL mad at me before I got in the vehicle, and I know that the gangs don't pay me any mind when I'm like in this mission. So I wondered if this would stop harassing me once I got in the car, but nope, 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 nope. He harassed me to the end. Okay, here I was trying to do my challenge, which was to survive without having to use the pay and spray. And I made it all the way here, but then you saw that I dinged up my car. And so this is a challenge fail. Here we're doing fine. I've got no damage so far, but I think I'm almost out. I've already been to the garage and I'm almost out in Wichita, out of this tunnel. But this limo up ahead, they're so big, you got to really you got to be careful because there's no escape. So I decided to cancel this challenge, the no pay and spray challenge, and because it was long and boring, and I decided again to try a different challenge, one that was longer and boringer. So here is the new challenge. Not doing the no pay and spray one anymore. What I am doing is, drum roll please, come on Claude, push faster. I'm trying to delay revealing what the exciting challenge is going to be. The clock is ticking, by the way. Okay, this challenge is driving backwards. The entire time I'm not allowed to hit the forward button, the W key on my keyboard. Apparently this shortcut is poor when you do the driving backwards challenge. That's an important lesson. Here I was near the garage in St. Mark's and time was running very low. And so I had to take some chances. And then there's like this truck that pulls out and totally cuts me off. I don't know that I would have made it in and had the garage door closed before that timer ended. But turns out it didn't matter. I smacked into stuff. Okay, so here is my final attempt at the backwards challenge, mostly in quadruple speed because it is so slow, so slow. Notice that I grabbed a car before starting the mission just to save me some time as I make my way up here. I recognized in that last attempt that time was a factor. So trying to do whatever I can to save some time. So here we are in regular speed just to show you what the normal speed looks like, and then we'll go back to quadruple speed. This shortcut over here I had success with hopping down this cliff right here. Okay, so some stuff to share about this mission. Once you pass this mission, it unlocks the next de-ice mission, which is called Rumble, which is the final de-ice mission. And once you've completed Rumble, you can come back and complete this mission, Rig to Blow, as many times as you want. Always, I guess, in an effort to try to beat your best time for defusing the bomb. So this is the third and final mission in the entire game that's repeatable. The other two were also phone missions. The one on Portland was Turissimo, which is a car race. And then the one on Staunton was Bling Bling Scramble, where we had to get the most out of the 15 checkpoints against the three other competitors. Look out. Um, yeah, so you can repeatedly do this. I would not, I don't even want to do this once, but I do it because it's required. I don't like this mission. Um, Okay, on the Q&A section of GameFAQs.com for this game, the user named GameLiberty20 wrote, in the mission Rig to Blow, I used a different paint spray. So I guess they're talking about not the one over on Shoreside. I used a different paint spray. So here I only realized too late that I would need to like drive forward out of this garage. I tried fruitlessly to, rotate my car around, but the garage here just isn't wide enough to rotate fully 360 or 180 degrees. So, lesson learned, I did figure out a better approach as I was driving to Shoreside. I realized that I could have done this without driving forward at all, including this garage part, but I didn't figure it out in time. Okay, coming back to the game facts question. So this person used a different pay and spray, and from now on, the game always guides me to that pay and spray in any mission instead of the required destination. I was not able to. Okay, so and then this person asked for help, like getting rid of this glitch. So I wasn't able to replicate that glitch. I tried. I tried going to just the pay and spray in Staunton, and then driving very carefully from Staunton back to Shoreside and then I started the next mission, and the game directed me to the correct starting location for the next mission. It didn't direct me to the pay and spray. Here, I realized that I turned the wrong way, backed myself in the corner, but who wants to push that disgusting W button to drive forward? Would just get out, rotate the car a little bit. One of the fail states, according to the wiki, is the Infernus flipping upside down. I didn't really try that much, but in my experience, like if this thing flips over, it blows up immediately. So like I fail for blowing up, for wrecking the car, or I fail for dying because I'm in this car. So I don't know. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. I'm not sure, but that's what the wiki says is another fail state, but I couldn't get it. So just a couple of quick tips for you if you're trying this mission on your own. Obviously, you want to drive very carefully, very slowly, very defensively because that damage meter is unforgiving and the car will blow up way earlier than it naturally would, just being in Infernus and eventually catching on fire from too much damage. If you have to go to a pay and spray, which you almost certainly will do, probably you want to go to this pay and spray that I'm headed to right now on Shoreside Vale because once you go to the pay and spray, you pretty much have to drive perfectly from that pay and spray all the way to the final destination in Wichita Gardens, and you want to minimize the travel time, the travel distance there. Between the pay and spray and the final destination. So, for example, if you sprayed your car over in Portland, like it's fine, it'll clear it up, but that means you have to make a long drive from Portland to Wichita Gardens without sustaining any other damage. And if you do sustain other damage, then you have to go back to another pay and spray. So, just a time loss. Okay, so here I realized what I should have done at the first garage so that I didn't have to push that disgusting W key on my keyboard. I should have just pushed this car in front first. And that's easy enough to do. It took a little while, so we got this in quadruple speed, but there's no timer happening here, so no rush. Putting the Infernus into your safe house garage doesn't repair this particular car. Putting any vehicle in your safe house garage and then letting the door close almost always repairs that vehicle, but not so with this vehicle. So you definitely need to use a paint spray and not your garage. And so I know that I've quadruple speeded a bunch of this, double speeded some of it. Parts of it probably were actually in 8 speed because I was using the fast forward cheat in the game. So I was playing a bunch of this mission in double speed, and then I quadruple speeded it in the video editing process. But all told, this longer and boringer challenge that I made up here took me 19 minutes. 19 minutes. And I'm not saying that's like all of my attempts at the backwards challenge. I'm saying like this one successful attempt. 19 minutes. Holy cow. But a true artist suffers for their craft, and I am suffering for your entertainment. All good. Okay, so I think we've got mission passed here, and that's another mission checked off the list. So all that's left for me to do here is refill my health because I really need those 3 missing HP points. And then I'll head down to the phone icon again in preparation for our next video. I realized that I misspoke when I said there was one more de-ice mission called Rumble. There's actually two more de-ice missions. The next one is Bullion Run, and then the fifth and final de-ice mission is Rumble. So misspoke a little bit. Two de-ice missions left to go, and then three Asuka missions, and then the one Catalina mission. So really getting down to it here, gang. Okay, so we'll just save by the save marker, get the time to be something during the day, but I guess we're going to have some rain at the start of the next video. It can't be helped. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.